Surprising as it may sound, canned chicken is here to save the day this holiday season. Hi, welcome to Meals with Maria. Today I have appetizers made with canned chicken. These are super budget friendly, but also very pantry friendly. They'll also help you if you're in a pinch and need to grab something based off of what you already have. You'll be surprised and amazed by what I whip up today, so stay tuned. We're gonna get started with BBQ Chicken Crescents, and these are so easy and so delicious, and I would even say you can use leftover chicken or leftover turkey with these. It doesn't have to be canned, but the nice thing about canned is you kind of always have it in your pantry, right? I'm just starting with one large drained can of chicken. It's about a cup of chicken. And then you want to add a quarter cup of barbecue sauce, and you can use some seasoning with it if you'd like. I just ended up using some Auntie Nono's steakhouse seasoning, or you could use like one of those McCormick mixes, or you don't even have to use any at all. Separate your crescent roll dough into 8 triangles on your pastry sheet. I'm using the Hawaiian rolls just because that's what they had at my Aldi, but you can get whatever type you like. It's going to be good with anything. Then you want to spoon the chicken mixture onto the triangles, and then we're going to sprinkle about a teaspoon of shredded cheddar cheese over the top of that, and then roll them loosely as directed on the can. So they're not going to be like completely closed up. You just want to roll them into like little crescents that kind of go around that chicken mixture. You want to brush them with an egg wash. So I just took 1 egg, mix that up with my brush, and then just brush that over. It's going to make it look really, really pretty. And then I ended up sprinkling a little bit of the Trader Joe's everyday seasoning over mine, but I think the everything bagel seasoning would also be really good, or any of your favorite seasoning blends that you want to put over the top, you can go ahead and do that, but totally not necessary. And then we're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. It's going to depend on your oven, so make sure to check on them after 12. I think mine were probably more like 13 minutes, and they were this golden brown, so delicious. They were really very, very good, and I love that they're just like finger food. That's such a nice appetizer. You can just grab something, kind of chat with somebody. You don't have to worry about eating with a fork or even a toothpick. Next up, we're making a buffalo chicken dip crescent ring, and you get a lot of bang for your buck on this one because this was huge. It could definitely serve a crowd. Start with 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature. Then I added about 3 tablespoons of blue cheese crumbles, but that's optional. 4 teaspoons of ranch mix, or like half a packet of one of the packets of ranch dressing mix. You want a half a cup of buffalo wing sauce, and if you'd like, you can also add a half a cup of finely diced celery. Unfortunately, I didn't have any, and it was delicious without, but I can imagine how good it would be with that crunch. And then 2 cans of the canned chicken. I'm using the larger cans, and if you don't have that, you can use 2 cups of shredded chicken. Now, I felt like this was delicious, but it was a ton of filling. So I think you could even kind of cheap out on it or just use less ingredients by going 1 can of chicken and then halving everything else. And you would have plenty of filling for a nice, delicious chicken ring. I think it also depends on how many people you're feeding. But for my family, I was like, wow, this is a ton of food. So I probably would half it next time that I made it. And then you want 2 8-ounce tubes of refrigerated crescent roll dough, and open those up, take all those triangles out, and we're going to spread them into kind of like a circle. So you want to overlap the wide ends of each triangle and form a ring. And so the dough is going to kind of look like a sun when you're finished, and you want to press those ends together if you can. And then we're going to fill it with the filling, and then pull the ends of the crescent ring over the top and tuck them under. So you do want to make sure they get kind of tucked under, and you're going to see it's going to look like a beautiful wreath or a ring or whatever you want it to look like. But it's very festive. It's very holiday. And then I just brush mine with an egg wash because it really just makes everything look pretty when you're working with crescent dough. I kind of do it every time, whether the recipe says to or not, because it is worth it. Bake this at 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until it is golden brown, heated through. You're going to see how pretty this ends up coming out. And then I decided to make a little bow on the top of mine out of some roasted red peppers. You can use fresh peppers, use your imagination, put a little rosemary up there to make like a little top, and maybe some grapes or some cherries to make like little berries, whatever you want to do to kind of make it your own, make it look pretty. And then right in the middle, I just put some blue cheese dressing, or you can use ranch if that's what you prefer. And it's going to be a crowd pleaser. You just want to slice this up, and you kind of slice it into pieces. People can eat it either with a fork, or you can actually kind of pick it up as like a little sandwich thing, and it's really just fabulous. Next up, we're making mini chicken quesadillas, and these are so cute, so pretty. I just want to eat them every day. They are so amazing. They are total crowd pleaser. You want to get started with 1 large can of drained chicken, 1/3 cup of your favorite salsa, 1.5 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. This is kind of what makes it, right? Chicken, cheese, salsa, that is everything. If you have it and you like cilantro, go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro leaves. I did not have that, so unfortunately I didn't get to add it, but I would have if I did because I do love cilantro. I'm going to give that a good mix and open a can of refried beans on the side. Now take street tacos. I'm using floured street tacos. I feel like those hold up the best in this situation. And you actually want to put the refried beans over the entire taco. When I first started, I tried to put it like on half of it and then put the other half to be the chicken mixture. And I found that they were flopping open. And then I realized that you're supposed to cover the entire thing with the refried beans because it's almost like a paste to keep it closed, which really, really helps you out when you're cooking. So it's worth it to cover the whole thing in refried beans. It's kind of like the glue to hold the whole thing together. These are just such a great finger food because it's kind of an all-in-one. You can just pick it up kind of like the original barbecue chicken recipe. You can make all of these kind of ahead of time before you start cooking them, and you can set your oven to warm so you can keep them warm till guests arrive or so that you have some refills for your plate. You want to cook these on the oven over a medium heat. You want to melt some butter. I like butter for mine, but you can use oil or a spray, whatever your favorite is. And then you can just place as many as you can in the pan. A griddle is also a great idea for this because you can cook a lot of them at once. And that's why I picked my largest skillet so that I could do this. And you want to cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. You want them like golden crispy brown. You know, you don't want to burn them, but you do want them to be crispy, and that's why these turn out so great with the flour tortillas. I just feel like they crisp right up. It doesn't take too long to kind of make them, flip them, and then like I said, keep them warm if you want, or you can serve them right away. I served mine on a plate with some sour cream and guacamole, and they were just so fabulous. It was so delicious, and it's just such a kind of like crowd pleasing wow factor, something that you can kind of make at home pretty easily and serve to friends for a holiday party. These are actually even great just for a weeknight dinner because that's what we did for them, and the kids were like, these are so good, and just like, you know, you want to keep you're like, I need to stop eating them, but then you just keep eating them because they're so little and so cute, you know. I hope you got some great pantry/budget holiday inspiration from this video. Go ahead and click on this next video to get some more appetizer ideas, and I'll see you all very soon.